Pastor James Jones, co-pastor here at Oakdale Park Church. Married for 36 years, 6 daughters, and 2 grandchildren, and 1 on the way. I was in my middle teens, and I made some poor choices along life's journey, and wound up going to prison. I thought I learned my lesson, but it's so easy to get back into the same crowd and the same mix. And I wound up having a parole violation and going back. I got out, said, I'm not gonna do that again. Well, shame on me. I got mixed up in some drugs, and wound up going back and getting supplemented, because now I'm a 3rd-time offender. And it was during that 3rd time, I remember I had dedicated my life to God as a 16-year-old.
I'm Mary Morash, and I'm a University Distinguished Professor here in criminal justice. I imagine there are some people coming out of prison whose goal is to get back into a criminal enterprise, but that's very few. Most people do not like prison. They do not want to go back, and they got there through a series of just bad experiences that happened to them.
When I came out, I had a cousin who we would do all that stuff together. And he said, hey, you ready? Let's roll. Let's get ready to do it again. Come on. And he had been incarcerated a number of times, and federal and state. And I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not doing it. Love you, cousin, but I'm not doing it. He's gone. He passed away. The one who wanted me to continue to run and do all of that was leaving this world. And I'm like, you're in God's hands now. God put people in my life who were encouraging, who were supportive, and one being my good friend, Ralph Mason, who was a Grand Rapids police officer.
You want to chase the bag, per se, or get the bad guy. That's you know. But I started going to the Michigan Prisoner Reentry Initiative meetings, and I slowly, you learn things, and I think it made me start thinking differently. And sometimes people make mistakes because they don't really know the difference. They live a lifestyle that's all they know. They grew up, if you grew up, your mother's a drug dealer, you're probably gonna be a drug dealer,
The psalmist says, blessed is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, or stand in the way of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. And I thought, Lord, if I would have just stayed with you, I wouldn't be sitting in here right now. And I wanna recommit my life to you. And so I did. He was saying, I'm with you. And so I came back, met my wife, and started our life together. Somehow I ended up joining the church that she grew up in. And so I became a member of this denomination. And in that whole process, felt this urge to proclaim God's word, and started going to seminary. And then they called me as a pastor here. And so I've been here going on, it'll be 27 years.
I know your name. In a society that often ignores or blames the vulnerable, Jesus stopped, noticed, and acted. The good news of Jesus is not just about forgiveness of sins. It's also about his protection, care, and restoration of those the world overlooks. A cracked clay pot can still carry water, And sometimes that crack lets the light shine through. God uses our brokenness to reveal His beauty. The application here, when we see someone struggling, our first response should be compassion, not judgment.
Well, the first thing for me personally, we all make mistakes, period. We all make mistakes. And I'm a guy that believes in forgiveness. And it's gotten me in trouble, okay? But I believe in it, and I believe in second chance means letting that person get out, help them with the tools so they could stay out. Without the right tools to stay out, it's easy to fall back in that trap.
So what's important for people to know is, first of all, those that end up in prison are each unique. They all have different backgrounds, even though you can say there are certain patterns, like patterns of growing up in a drug neighborhood where you have no economic opportunities and your school doesn't prepare you for a job.
Just getting acclimated back into society. No one tells them about the fast pace and what has changed and what they're going to be up against, right? Some of these guys don't know how to use computers or even cell phones. So thankful for 70 times 7, which gives a learning curve in those areas for those returning citizens.
There are many programs, people that are public service, governmental agencies that are trying to help people rejoin their communities. It's very important that that happens, or the success rate goes completely down of their future.
In criminal justice, we know what works. We know that there are programs that work, but they're just not used everywhere. Some places they are, and some places they aren't.
The enemy is good at tricking you to want to go back into those old familiar habits. And one of the ways he does that is that to get you angry. So I had to realize when I would get angry that I'm not going to revert back to. When I talked to God about it, God was so faithful to send someone to encourage me and to keep me on the path, right? I think one of the biggest hurdles for me was family members who wanted to see me, back with them. My daughter's been so supportive, my wife, and my family to encourage me, my mother and my in-laws, yeah, and that's been so helpful.
And the people that usually have that family support get in trouble a lot less than people who are out there on their own that don't have that support. So trying to bring families and put them back together is one of my biggest things.
And then just basic reforms. We need more affordable housing. We need better food assistance. We need long-term mental health treatment. A lot of the people that I've studied got great services while they were on parole. Parole ends, they're no longer a priority. Parole is not helping find or pay for their services, and so they're back in trouble because they really need continued mental health or substance abuse treatment services.
I'd rather fix the problems at the district court level and create opportunities for people to get the help that they need. If it's an addiction problem, we should be able to figure it out right now, first offense, rather than just putting a Band-Aid on it and then waiting for the cases to escalate and the problems to escalate to the fact now they're charged with felonies, which could be life-altering opportunities for jobs in the future. I don't think I'm above people. I always tell them I try to judge you from where you stand, not from where I sit. So I recognize people who are struggling with financial issues. I understand young kids that screw up and make bad decisions. And I think I'm in a unique perspective, and I needed a new challenge. And running for judge and being in this position, I think, allows me the opportunity to affect way more people.
It's very difficult, not just being away, but trying to reacclimate yourself back into the community. It is of the utmost importance that we provide those services for people coming back. We don't want them to reoffend. Nobody does. We want to keep crime down, but we have to put the work in so they can continue to be successful.
A lot of times we want to try to move folks and make them be like us. But where you stand right now is where God has you. I look at where God has me standing right now for such a time as this, and I'm just amazed and grateful to truly stand and be a person who is committed to bringing peace and joy and prosperity to this community and to our world.
I will bless those who bless Christ for you. And Lot went with him. David, the blood of Christ for you. Ruth, the blood of Christ for you. Nell, the blood of Christ for you.